Here we go then, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go at the front of the grid. Good start from Etnik TRN. Jason got a good one as well from P2. Sergios moving to the outside, got a little bit of a jump there as Speedy once again gets a very, very good start. Little bit of bumping and barging into turn 1, out of turn 2, a couple of cars running wide. Sergios battling for that 3rd place with Speedy. Clara making moves there. Oh, and Clara getting spun around as he just tagged gloves and steering wheels. Front wheel. Oh, Etnik being overtaken by Jason right at the front. So we got the 2 Haas's now, 1st and 3rd. Etnik didn't see what happened to him out of the chicane, but he got a really bad run, I guess. Sergios trying down the inside, and looks like he makes the move stick as well. He does very nicely indeed. Jason having to defend from Etnik TRN, is trying to go around the outside of the chicane. Jason brakes quite late and gets the defense. Very nicely done. Sergios has a watching brief on the pair of them. There's once again Etnik in the slipstream. Is he going to pull out here? There's not really a passing opportunity into this very fast sweeping right-hander. There might be though into the long right-hander at the end of the back straight, but again Jason able to cover that off very nicely as Etnik looks to the inside. Not really able to get it done though. Jason runs a little bit wide, and no, Etnik into the back of him. Speedy almost into the back of Etnik as well. Speedy alongside though as they come around the sweeping right-hander into the last couple of corners. End of lap 3. It's up front. Oh, 3 wide now into the right-hander. The 2s. Oh, and off goes Jason into the wall in a big, big way, and he's out of the race. Oh, what a disaster. RL race to end out in a blaze of glory as we see Ocean in all sorts of trouble out of the right-hander, and he hits Clara, who retires from the race. Oh, what a disaster, as Ocean Chief gets the penalty for that as well. No front wing. What absolute carnage on lap 4 of this race. Oh, very close between the 2 now. Vinny alongside Rivas into the right-hander, and a bit of contact between the 2 of them as they go through the long right-hander. And Vinny does get the move done. Anonymous diving back up the inside again into the left-hander, and again more contact. He pushed him a little bit wide there, Anonymous. Vinny having to yield. Good battle between the 2 of them. Oh, excuse me, it's not Anonymous, is it? It's Rivas. Or even later on in the lap. Triton retires, by the way. Not exactly sure how that happened. But he has retired and has in fact left the session as well, as we see Hugos go very deep into that corner. He's got much more grip, of course, than Speedy. As he goes down the inside into the left-hander, is he going to be able? He has to cut right across as forces Speedy right out wide because of the penalty, as side by side now Hugos and Speedy once again. Speedy having a look at the Haas, but well, in fact he got past there, I think, down the inside, Speedy, so Hugos is going to have to do that all over again, as out of the chicane this time. Hugos right in the slipstream of Speedy, goes to the inside. In fact, this is before the chicane, excuse me. Goes around the outside of the first part of the chicane and gets the move done. He's going to be under pressure though on the second part of the straight. He's got the inside for the right-hander, but Speedy does seem to have a little bit more momentum as he goes around the outside and does in fact cut back in front. So good stuff from Speedy, able to get the position, but then runs wide in the long right-hander and gives the position right back to Hugos. And again down the inside, very close between them, wheel-to-wheel stuff, really good between the 2 of them. Hugos again just holding on down the inside here. He's got just slightly ahead of Speedy as they go into the left-hander, but he's pushed wide, and Speedy again takes the position. Great wheel-to-wheel action between the 2 of them, and it might just be that Hugos has this position. He goes to the inside, Speedy trying to sweep around the outside of the long right-hander, and in fact he's going to be able to get it. I think a little bit of contact between them. Hugos has much more grip as Jesse in the middle of the racetrack has spun out, and he's able to get back around without anyone hitting him, thankfully. Side by side now, Rivas on the outside, Vinny on the inside, and Rivas getting himself a penalty, in fact, for going that far wide. He was pushed that wide though by Vinny. Oh, and they almost tagged. Did they touch there? I'm not exactly sure. Looked like they might have done, but Vinny keeping the position at least for now. Down the inside then, Rivas once again. This is round 4 or 5 between these 2, and this time he gets it done. Vinny is forced out of that. Vinny getting quite as good a run onto the back straight as Speedy did. Vinny goes to the inside to try and defend, but I don't think it's going to do any good. I think Speedy's going to be well ahead. Oh, and off goes Vinny. He turned into Speedy there. What on earth happened? He just seemed to turn into the Haas as he just about gets back on. Radios under a lot of pressure from Vinny. Vinny goes to the inside of the chicane and very easily outbreaks the Red Bull. So Vinny takes P9. This is the real battle for the lead of the race right now. We're going to keep our cameras right here because this is what's going to matter, and it's down to 0.8 of a second between the two of them now as Sergios goes into the right, left, right combo. Turns 3, 4 and 5. Again, just struggling to get the power down. Etnik under all sorts of pressure. Sergios using all of his battery, but he doesn't have any left. Does Etnik have battery left? No, he doesn't either. It must be tyre related because Etnik suddenly has just dropped off in terms of performance. Sergios all over him now on this last lap. 0.7 of a second is the gap. Not an obvious overtaking opportunity though. And Sergios doesn't look like he's close enough into the right-hander. You can see the gap there. They go around the long right-hander. They're going to come into the long sweeping left-hander now, and then a little bit of a straight as Etnik just locks up a little bit into that left-hander. And there's 2 corners to go now for Etnik TRN. He's so close. You can taste the victory as they come around the last corner. There's a lap car in the way, but he's not going to make a difference. And we think Etnik TRN wins the French Grand Prix as they both cross the line. And 0.8 of a second is the winning gap between himself and El Sergios. What a fantastic end to that race.